What's up YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, as you can tell by the title, I am going to be showing you guys how to make a hot oil treatment for your hair. This is the perfect video for you if you are trying to grow your hair out like so many of us are. In order for your hair to be able to grow, it needs to be healthy so that it doesn't snap off and so that you don't have to keep getting your ends cut. So it's really important that you maintain your hair's integrity and that you are treating it regularly. So the oil treatment that I'm about to show you guys is something that I like to do on my hair at least twice a month. Every weekend, typically every Sunday, today is Sunday, I do some sort of treatment on my hair, and I also give myself a facial. This is just part of my self-care routine and also maintaining my hair integrity and my skin integrity. So I'm gonna show you guys how to make this hot oil treatment at home. There are a few different oils and products that are involved. If you don't have the majority of the products, I am gonna recommend that you get them. But I am promising you that this is worth the money. It's worth the investment if you want to have healthy hair that is going to grow, that's going to be soft and supple, and really just a great way to not only moisturize but also repair your hair and combat any damage that can be the result of everyday styling and even just sleeping with your hair loose. The friction and the breakage and the damage that that causes is enough to require some sort of treatment regularly. This is hands down one of the best oil treatments that you can do on your hair. So if you're searching for the perfect video, this is it right here. Stay tuned so that you can see how I make it. So the first thing that you're going to need, of course, is some sort of container. I just picked this up from my local Dollar Tree. You can just get one that's small to medium and make sure that it has a lid on it. The reason why you want to make sure that it has a lid is so that you can save the extra product oil that you make. That way, next time you want to condition your hair, it's that much more easy. You can just go into the fridge and pull out your extras. Now, this is one of the things that might take you a little while to prepare and to get, but I promise you this is the secret ingredient, not just to your hair products, but also to your skincare, to your body, even when you're taking a shower, something that you can easily add into your shower routine. This is aloe vera gel, and it's in a clear container so you can see what it looks like. You need to go to your Stop and Shop, Big Y, C-Town, whatever it is, and pick up a fresh green aloe vera leaf. You are going to cut that leaf on all four edges, top, bottom, left, and right. And you'll have somewhat of a sandwich with the gel in the center. You're gonna peel off the leaf so that you are left with just the gel, and then you're going to blend that gel up in the blender. This is the result. This is what you will end up with. Aloe vera gel, 100%, nothing added to it. This is great for calming any skin irritation, any redness, insect bites, burns, acne, eczema, you name it. Aloe vera works for almost every skin condition and also great for your scalp and also for your hair in terms of moisturizing. The number one thing that you need to remember when you are trying to grow your hair out and when you're trying to have healthy hair overall is that healthy hair comes from within, and it starts with your scalp. So if your scalp is not healthy, if the pH balance is thrown off, if your scalp is always itchy and flaky, if you have lots of dandruff, or if your scalp is always oily to the point where your hair follicles are going to be clogged, your hair simply cannot grow the way that it could to its utmost potential. So healthy hair starts with a healthy diet and a healthy scalp. Aloe vera is going to help us with that. So you need aloe vera. On the same lines, you also need some tea tree oil. If you don't have tea tree oil, you can use eucalyptus oil. You can use some kind of mint oil, some kind of mint extract. Also really good for the scalp. So not only do we want to keep our actual hair strands in mind, but we also want to make sure that we are treating our scalp, making sure that we are opening up our pores and our hair follicles so that we can have healthy scalp and therefore healthy hair and that it can grow. So some sort of minty, invigorating eucalyptus tree tree oil and your aloe. Now onto the actual oils. I have 2, 4, 6 in total. I'm going to show you what they are. Starting with macadamia oil, my ultimate favorite. This is also great for the skin, for your hair, for your cuticles. Macadamia oil actually is very similar to the natural oil that your scalp produces, so it's a great moisturizer. Castor oil, you want to include this. If your hair is on the drier side, I would recommend that you use extra castor oil and extra shea butter. This is the next ingredient, and you can get this on Amazon. I got this at my local beauty supply, Hair City. Castor oil and shea butter, these are the two heaviest moisturizers that we're going to be using. This is really going to lock moisture into the hair, seal moisture into the hair, and make sure that our hair and our scalp are moisturized. So there's that. If your hair is not moisturized, it's going to snap, it's going to be brittle, it's not going to look good, and obviously it's not going to grow if your hair is continuing to snap. So it's really important that your hair is moisturized at all times, and we are going to be using a few different oils, but these two really are the heaviest ones that are going to contribute to that ultimate moisture. This is for super dry hair, super dry skin. So if you have drier hair, use extra castor and extra shea butter. That's my recommendation to you. Just an FYI though, the castor oil is pretty thick. It's very viscous. It's very much like honey for those of you who have not used castor oil before. That's what it's most comparable to. So just a heads up, if castor oil is something that you're new to, just be prepared to have some stickiness. For that reason, I don't like to use too much of this just because it's hard to kind of work it into the hair and really saturate all of the hair evenly with the castor oil because it is so thick and viscous and somewhat sticky. Again, it's very much like honey. So just be wary of that. But it's a trade-off, it's a balance. Again, if your hair is more on the dry side, I do recommend that you use more of this. This is my jojoba oil. Really, I like using this because my hair personally really likes it. I also really like the smell of this one, and I got this from Amazon. I got this one from Amazon as well. This is argan oil. Argan oil is in several beauty products, and there's a reason for that. Argan oil is one of the quote-unquote gold mine oils. It treats so many different things. It has the antibacterial properties. It's relatively inexpensive, very versatile, and many different hair types and textures respond really well to argan oil. I certainly would recommend using argan oil, even if not for a treatment. Even if you're just using this as an everyday oil that you put on your hair, once you wash it, when you get out the shower, after blow drying, it's just a really great versatile oil. It's not very heavy, it's not very sticky. A little goes a long way. So I really like the argan oil. And again, jojoba oil, because personally my hair just responds really well to it, and I really happen to like the smell of this. But if you have a different oil that you want to substitute the jojoba oil for, another oil that maybe your hair in particular really responds well to, could be almond oil, could be avocado oil, whatever it is, you want to just kind of throw something in there to customize the treatment for yourself and for your own hair needs. And last but not least, I know that you ladies have heard of this 1,001 times, your good old coconut oil. I got this from Big Lots. This whole entire thing cost me $7.50. You want to make sure that you're using 100% coconut oil, that it's not blended with anything else. Something to keep in mind though, not all hair types and textures respond well to coconut oil. For some people, coconut oil can actually be drying. So just keep that in mind. Definitely people have reported that coconut oil makes their hair more brittle. And it really just depends on your individual case, what your hair likes, what your hair doesn't like, type, tone, texture, all of the above. And when I say tone, I mean whether or not it's been color treated. So there are lots of factors that go into your hair and how it responds to different oils and to different products. So if you know that there's something in particular that your hair doesn't like, of course stay away from that, or maybe replace it with something that your hair responds to a little better. Okay, so with all of that being said, we're going to get started with making the actual mix, or the actual concoction, our hot oil treatment. And you want to start off with dry hair. My hair is dry. I just threw it up into a bun because no sense in styling it. And all of this gel actually came from one leaf. I'm not going to use all of it because I want to be able to have some aloe vera gel for some other things that I'm going to be using it for, like skincare. So firstly, I'm going to grab my jojoba oil. It has a dropper, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill an entire dropper, drop that right in, and do that one more time. The next thing that you now want to grab is, remember, that invigorating pore opening oil that I mentioned before. So that could be your eucalyptus, that could be your tea tree, or that could be some other sort of minty oil. In this case, I'm using tea tree. Mine doesn't come with a dropper, so I'm just going to open up the cap and pour some in. You don't want to use too much. This is really just meant for the scalp and for scalp health, so we don't need a lot of it. I'm going to say maybe 5 to 8 drops. It also smells really good, so it's going to make the mask smell nice and make your hair smell really good. All right, and next is my 100% argan oil. Again, as far as all of these oils go, you want to make sure that they are all 100%, that the integrity is not compromised by having been mixed with other products. So you really want to make sure that you're using 100% for all of the oils that you use as a pump. So I'm going to do 5 pumps of the argan oil. 3, 4, 5. I'm now moving on to my macadamia oil, and really everything is to your, I want to say to taste, but this is obviously not food, but it's really just depending on your own hair care needs and the problem that you're trying to target. So remember I said if your hair is particularly dry, you might use a little more castor oil and a little more shea butter. If your primary concern is scalp and scalp health, you're having lots of itchiness or dandruff, you might go a little heavier with the tea tree. So again, it really just depends on your individual needs and what you are trying to work towards improving. So I have a spoon here, 1 full spoon, 2 full spoons, 3 full spoons of macadamia oil. For castor oil, I'm just gonna do 1.5 to 2 spoons. My hair is not super dry just because I kind of do stuff like this regularly. So I don't need too much of the castor oil, and it is pretty thick as you can see. So let's do about 1.5, close to 2 spoons of the castor oil. The majority of these products actually came from Amazon. I'm sure that if there's anything you don't have, just hop onto Amazon and you can find it. Coconut oil. It's really important that you are making and using enough of the product. The product is not going to be effective if you're not using enough of it, you know? So you really want to make sure that you are thoroughly saturating your scalp and all of your hair strands when you are using any product, any conditioner, any skincare product, because the product can't be effective if you aren't using enough of it so that it can work. You really want to make sure that you have enough so that all of your strands can be saturated, so that your entire scalp can be saturated, and so that there's enough product to actually be able to do its job and be effective. My coconut oil is not melted, it's still sort of solid. It's room temperature, so it's kind of melting a little bit, but it's not fully melted, so it's nice because it's thickening my mask up a little bit. So it looks almost more like a butter or like a conditioner rather than just a pure oil concoction, so that makes it a little easier to apply to the hair. And the last thing is the shea butter. My hair really likes shea butter, so I'm gonna do maybe 2 to 2.5 spoons of the shea butter. So this is gonna go in the microwave for 20 seconds. I'm then going to apply it, put on my shower cap like I said, kind of on medium heat on a low setting, not on a high setting. So low setting, medium heat. I'm gonna blow dry maybe for 5 to 10 minutes, just so that I can really make sure that all of these ingredients penetrate my hair. I'm gonna leave that on for as long as I can. Do not leave this on for just 10 minutes or 15 minutes. That's a waste of your time. That's a waste of money. You know, this stuff is not cheap. And if you're gonna use it and if you're gonna go through all of this, make sure that you have at least a couple of hours so that the product can just sit on your hair and really do what it's supposed to do. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for your time. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely comment down below if you have any questions, or if you've tried this mask yourself and you want to let me know how it worked out. I'd be super excited and super curious to hear what you guys have to say, or of course if you have any other recommendations for me. Otherwise, stay tuned for our next video. I'll see you guys next time.